Welcome to Capshine. Capshine is a revolutionary learn it together English fluency program. With Capshine, you're sure to improve and become a whole new you in less than 6 months. Capshine program is easy, quick, fun, affordable, and effective. Hi, I'm Ajit, your coach from Capshine. Today we're going to learn a revolutionary way to learn vocabulary. This is called etymology or word roots. The idea is that many big words are derived from Latin and Greek origins. So some of the small parts in bigger words tend to have meanings of their own. If you're able to recognize this, then you become better at using these words, remembering these words, and understanding other words that are related to it. We're going to look at the root loqui or log. Both of these mean to talk or to speak. Let's look at a few examples. We're going to start from very simple words to very difficult words. You must have all heard of the word dialogue. For example, without dialogue, the nations were sure to go to war. And you might think dialogue means two people talking. Well, yes, that could be a dialogue, but dialogue has the root dia, which means to cut through the center, like a diagonal. So a dialogue is something that involves everybody's ideas and opinions. When everybody has a conversation and they get a chance to exchange their opinions, that is a dialogue. Without dialogue, nations are likely to go into war. To contrast that, there's monologue. Mono, you might be able to understand, means one or single. The host started the show with a hilarious monologue. So from this context, we understand that a monologue is when someone speaks to an audience and no one else sort of contributes to the discussion. So a monologue is a long speech where only one person talks whatever they want to talk about. Many of the comedy shows are monologues. Let's look at a slightly more sophisticated word, loquacious. As you know, loqui means to talk. Ous is used as a suffix to indicate that something is full of a particular quality. So if these girls are loquacious, then they are full of, talkativeness. They are talkative, they love speaking, they speak often. For instance, I was much more loquacious when I was younger. This is true. As I got older, I stopped talking as much. When I was younger, I would speak very often and a lot. Loquacious, full of speech, or full of wanting to talk. Eloquent. The root E or EU means good or refined. Eloquent therefore means to speak in a very refined, in a very polished way. Someone who is like Obama or Shashi Tharoor, who can speak very, very well and sort of make the audience go wild with their speech. President Obama is well known for his eloquence, or he is well known for his eloquent speeches. Colloquial, on the other hand, someone who is able to talk to you like they are your equal. Someone who is co, meaning similar or equal. Someone who can talk to you colloquially can talk to you in a way that makes sense to you, as if they are your friend or your equal. Usually doctors use technical jargon. They use very big words. But if a doctor can speak colloquially, then they are very friendly and easy to understand. Dr. Rohan, or Dr. Roshan in this case, speaks to his patients colloquially, meaning he doesn't use big words, he uses simple words that his patients can understand. Before we look at a few more examples, let's talk about the revolutionary Learn It Together model with Capshine. With the Capshine membership, you get access to speaking opportunities, monthly fluency reports that tell you exactly where you are at any given point and what you need to do to become a better and more fluent speaker and writer. You get to practice in groups because speaking and writing is for communication, and you communicate by communicating with other people. We will give you feedback that tells you exactly what you need to do to have high impact in your learning. You get daily micro lessons and weekly live lessons that will ensure that your foundations are built and you're continuously learning day after day. Let's look at more words with loqui, shall we? Look at that picture. That's the word for it. He is a ventriloquist. Any idea what that means? Well, if you've seen any YouTube video where someone makes a puppet speak, where they throw their voice into another object, that's ventriloquism. Or the person is called a ventriloquist. Ventre, like vent, means to move. So someone who's able to move their voice is a ventriloquist. Somnoloquy. Any idea what this word means? Well, there's a picture of someone sleeping, and the word som, like the word insomnia, means, well, sleep. Insomnia is inability to sleep. Somnoloquy essentially is a very fancy way of talking about someone who sleep talks. Sleep talking is somnoloquy. It's a very technical word, very few people use it, but hey, it uses the root loqui. What about this? Circumlocution. That is called a circle, right? So it has the same root as circle. If someone talks in circles, someone doesn't get to the point, someone completely misses the point and goes round and round. If you've heard of the expression beating around the bush, that's essentially what circumlocution is. Someone doesn't get to the point, they evade the topic, probably because they're embarrassed about it or they don't want to tell you the truth. Circumlocution. And finally, two words that mean almost the same thing: grandiloquence and magniloquent. Notice the roots grand and magna. Again, the root loci tells us that it is about speaking or talking. So someone who speaks grandiloquently or magniloquently, well, how do they speak? They speak very grandly. They use big words. They speak in a way that makes them look important and more interesting than they actually are. They speak to impress. This is what grandiloquence and magniloquence means. So a quick recap. We saw a bunch of words through the root loqui. We saw dialogue, we saw monologue, we saw loquacious, to be full of speech, to love talking. We saw eloquent, someone who's really good at speaking. Circumlocution, to beat around the bush. We saw colloquial, we saw ventriloquist. Somnoloquy, to sleep talk. Grandiloquence and magniloquence, which means to speak in a very big and bloated fashion. Right? Wasn't that simple? These were big words, but understanding the root or the origin of the words can really help us understand and use these words in context. Great! If you like the video, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you visit capshine.com and download the app to get your free 1-month membership. Cheers!